Gender roles. Traditional gender roles seemingly have degraded into something that is very confusing, very irritating, and very, very frustrating to see. There's this confusion going about who's supposed to do what, who's supposed to make the money, who's supposed to care for the... it's just an overall mess.
How dare you!
In this video, we're going to be exploring 3 ways in which modern gender roles are broken. And please, guys,
stop it. Get some help.
This video is for entertainment purposes only. You are more than welcome to disagree with my opinion in the comment section. Let's get the ball rolling. Although some people might disagree, modern gender roles are not what they were, right? Back in the old days, right, in the early 20th century, you had this traditional gender role of, the woman is the carer, she raises the children, she ensures that everyone is fed, everyone goes, to bed safe at night, everyone is comfortable, and she was an overall supporter. Now, the man was seen as the provider, right? The breadwinner, the protector, the one who needs to represent the family name as best he can to make sure he keeps not only his dignity, but his family's dignity also intact. Now, today, that has degraded because of unrealistic expectations, right? And you know what? We see this a lot in the modern dating scene. We see that women in general tend to have these very unrealistic expectations when it comes to young men. And young men are being put under pressure to succeed, right? That's just not necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes a bad thing when it kind of affects their self-worth, right? Because if you're not on a certain financial level, if you're not on a certain level of confidence, looks, a class, you are seen as in the majority, and the majority is seen as unattractive to women. They're seen as someone that they don't want to be with. So these unrealistic expectations have kind of broken this modern perception of what a traditional man is supposed to be, which in turn has affected the modern gender roles, because men right now, instead of saying that, okay, you know what, I've tried all of these things, I've tried to improve myself, I've tried to level up as much as I can, but yet still I'm not good enough. And they revert to some sort of broken lifestyle. They revert to drinking. They revert to engaging in stuff that they're not supposed to engage in, because of this skewed perception that they always have to be in the top 1% of men. And that is the unrealistic expectations that is put on men. And sometimes, it goes both ways. Men also tend to have unrealistic expectations of women. They tend to have this expectation that, they need to look like a supermodel. They need to have a great personality. They need to, speak their mind when they want to. We have all of these unrealistic expectations, and that's kind of just screwed up the whole perception of each other, and it's screwed up modern gender roles. Second of all, hold up. Second of all, we're seeing this degradation of traditional masculinity and the rise of childish-like feminism. Now, don't get me wrong.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Don't get me wrong. Proper feminism and feminism that is realistic and that is ground in its principles, I do not have a problem with that. I do not necessarily support it, but I do not have an issue with it. But today we're seeing men become more feminine and women becoming more masculine. And we think to ourselves, what the hell is going on? Because if you're a man, we are attracted to the feminine trait. What makes a woman attractive to us, at least to me personally, is her feminine nature. And if that feminine nature is taken away from her, that attraction immediately fades. And it goes the same way around for women, right? Most women look for a successful masculine man. If that masculinity is taken away, then she'll end up finding that man less attractive. So essentially what's happening is, there is degradation taking place, or what is the correct word? There is a weakening, right, taking place in both parties, because we're seeing the decline of traditional masculinity. We're seeing women become more masculine in their roles. They want to be more independent. They want to be bad bitches.
What did he say?
Right? As simple as that. Now, that in itself to a lot of men is not attractive. Right? We want to be the carriers. We want to be the providers most of the time. We want to make you feel safe. We want to make you feel welcome. And if that ability is taken away, we end up feeling not good enough. And you see how this endless cycle just links in. So because of this this weakening of traditional masculinity and this rise of seemingly masculine habits and traits in most women, this is what's kind of confusing a lot of people, because now there's a gray area. We don't know who should expect what from whom. We don't know who should make the first move. We don't know whether we'll be seen as weak for making the first move, irrespective of what gender we are. So it's really become a hard boiling bowl of shit. Now, the first 2 points solidify my third point, and that is that we have a broken dating culture, right? And it has partially to do with the fact that your modern gender roles are broken. It has to do with the fact that there are unrealistic expectations from both sides, and it has to do with the fact that social media is pushing a certain agenda. And yes, I basically take shots at social media in every single video, so please get used to it. But you know what? On all of these dating apps, whether it be Tinder, whether it be Bumble, whether it be Hinge, whatever it is that you use, you'll see that, you know what, people tend to portray themselves in a certain way. They tend to state that they want this, they want that, and as soon as you start speaking to them, it turns out they want the completely opposite thing. It turns out that, you know what, you're creating and setting up this profile to really put your best foot forward, but in actuality, that is not what you truly want. So instead of people being 100% honest on these apps, they tend to portray themselves as someone they are not. And in a sense, you know, many of these apps has made, and social media in general actually, have made people very hypocritical. You know what, I like to use the example of people, you know what, behaving themselves in very funny ways and calling themselves, you know what, oh, I'm this, you know, child of God, I'm this good person, but yet their actions show something completely different. And it's the same with the modern dating pool, right? We see that people portray themselves to be this and this and this, and as soon as they attract the people they want to attract, then their true colors come out. So this broken dating pool, these unrealistic expectations, and this overall weakening of masculinity in men and rise of masculinity in women have broken our modern gender roles. Now, if you agree or disagree with some of these things I have to say, please let me know your opinion down in the comment section. Let us speak about it. Let's get the comment section going. We are more than welcome. Remember, guys, you're always more than welcome to disagree with what I'm saying and let me know in the comment section. As simple as that. I'd like to thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoy this content in general, I'd like to encourage you to smash that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications bell, go and follow me on social media. I'll see you next time.